Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, as-salatu was-salamu ala Rasulihil Kareem. Amma ba'd. Qala Allahu tabarak wa ta'ala fil Qur'anil Majid wal Furqanil Hamid. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wa ma arsalnaka illa rahmatan lil alameen. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wa salamun alal mursaleen. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. My dear respected brothers and elders, the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has two dimensions to it. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's Sunnah is very dynamic in this sense that it has many dimensions and angles. There is an internal Sunnah of the Prophet of Allah, and there is an external Sunnah. Place to place, time to time, we see that we are practicing the external Sunnah, but we are deprived from the internal Sunnah. What I'm referring to is, for instance, doing miswak, eating with 3 fingers, 2 fingers, reading the dua before going to toilet, reading the dua exiting the toilet, sitting according to the sunnat method when you are eating. These are all external sunnahs. Whatever sunnah you apply, be it external or internal, it has a benefit and it draws a person close to Allah Rabbul Izzat. But there is an internal sunnah as well. As far as a person is eating, or as far as eating is concerned, you have no feeling when you are eating. You only feel in your belly. The feeling is at the start. If you are hungry, you will eat. Today, if we see, we eat for enjoyment. That's why there are so many sicknesses today. We don't eat out of need. If people in general are eating out of need, there wouldn't be so many sicknesses. We don't need to eat, but we still eat. This is a permanent topic in itself. But like I was just saying, there's an external sunnah, there are some external sunnahs which everybody can see. Like using the maswak, keeping a bed, wearing sunnah clothes, etc. And there are some internal sunnahs. This is what we are generally deprived from today. The internal sunnahs of the Prophet of Allah. It is the empathy he had, the compassion he had, the love he had, the mercy he had, his generosity. These are his internal sunnahs. And these only come when the heart is clean. The more a person works upon the heart, the more he inculcates and instills these qualities. These qualities of empathy, these qualities of sympathy, these qualities of raham, mercy, the quality of love, the quality of equality. It comes when the heart is clean. These are the Prophet ﷺ's internal sunnahs. He did not only transfer outward knowledge, he transferred inward knowledge as well. The Prophet ﷺ did not only transfer outward knowledge, which is the Quran and the Sunnah, he transferred inward knowledge as well, which are his feelings. Those feelings which he passed on to Abu Bakr Siddiq, which he passed on to Sayyidina Umar, which he passed on to Sayyidina Usman, which he passed on to Sayyidina Ali, and which he passed on to all his companions. Those feelings. What feelings? The feelings of responsibility. That I have a responsibility as far as Allah is concerned, which are huququllah, I have a responsibility. And as far as the makhluk of Allah is concerned, huququl ibad, I have a responsibility as well. This these feelings which he transferred, this is called Noor and Nabuwat. These feelings. Today we see people in such distress throughout the world, and today it is so hard for us to cry. It is amazing. If it was our own children, if our own children were in pain, in turmoil, in adversity, we would cry and shed tears of blood. But today not one tear trickles from our eye onto our cheek for what is happening to the children in Syria, Sham, Palestine, or wherever. Or in general, the hearts have become hard. And the reason is why the hearts have become hard, because we have become greedy. All the problems mankind is facing today, it is because of greed. All the problems, internal problems or external problems, local problems or international problems, it's all because of greed. We have become greedy. And when a person becomes greedy, what happens? He's just concerned and worried about himself. He doesn't care what is happening around him. He doesn't care for his surroundings. He doesn't care if anyone is dying out of thirst, out of hunger, out of poverty. He doesn't care. As long as he has bread, as long as he has food on the table, he doesn't care what is happening around him. But if you see the life of the Prophet of Allah and the life of the Sahaba, it is very different. Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radiyallahu anhu, it is mentioned. And you can only get these feelings when Allah Rabbul Izzat opens His Hakika upon you, His reality. Now what is the reality of Allah? The reality of Allah is that there is much more to life than this dunya. There is much more to life than this dunya. Everything is not this dunya. That's why you see the people who have made it big. They give a lot of charity. I'm talking about the people of the West. Even some shayukh, mashallah, some sheikhs of the Arab world, they give a lot of sadaqah, a lot of charity. Why? A person all his life he struggles, he strives for something. When he achieves that, he realizes there's still a big vacuum in the heart. The dunya cannot fill the vacuum of the heart. If we are trying to fill the vacuum of the heart with this dunya, we are in a big mistake, big misconception. Big misconception. The ruh has come from the heavens. The only thing that will fulfill the nourishment of the ruh, it is from the heavens as well. And that is the dhikr of Allah Rabbul Izzat. That is the remembrance of Allah Rabbul Izzat. If you try to fill that vacuum with anything else, you will never able to fill it. It is one darkness over another darkness. Today, what is the definition of kufr? What is disbelief? Disbelief is nothing but to suppress that urge in the heart. To suppress the urge in the heart is an urge. And the urge is to please Allah. The urge is to recognize Allah. Allah has placed this in everybody's heart. This is the urge the heart has. You cannot separate this urge from the heart. Allah placed this in the world of spirits. Alastu bi rabbikum qalu bala. We all said in the world of spirits, you are our Rabb. Believers or disbelievers, mankind until the day of judgment, from the time of Adam to the last person to come in this dunya, we testified, oh Allah, you are our Rabb. Everyone testified. The heart recognizes Allah. You can be a disbeliever, it doesn't matter, you could be anybody, the heart recognizes Allah. But what the disbelievers do is they try to suppress this urge of the heart with kufr. And this is a sign that the heart has become sick. That's why they drink, they take drugs, just to suppress this urge. But they don't realize they are going into more darkness. You can never satisfy the soul, you can never satisfy the heart. That's why even after taking drugs, even after becoming binge drinkers, eventually what happens is, if they are very distressed, they commit suicide. Why? It's the urge of the heart they could not fulfill. They are trying to fulfill that urge which they think will remove the sickness from the heart. They think that if we do this, it may give us comfort, it may fill the vacuum, but nothing can fill the heart. The only thing that can fill the heart is Allah Rabbul Izzat. That's why once Allah enters the heart, you could be Sayyidina Bilal radiyallahu an. You can be laid down in the scorching heat of the Arab desert. A big rock can be placed on your chest. You still will not denounce your faith. You still will not denounce your faith. The reason being is they have given the appropriate medicine and medication to the heart, to the soul. That is the zikr and the remembrance of Allah Rabbul Izzat. These feelings I'm talking about, my dear respected brothers, the internal aspect of the Prophet's life, this internal aspect. He has an external aspect and an internal aspect. The internal aspect is his feelings, which he transferred to the Sahaba. There was a lady, she used to live outside the skirts of Madinatul Munawwara. Why Islam hasn't flourished in the West? It is because we have not adapted these qualities, inculcated and instilled these feelings. We think by keeping a bed and praying, wearing a jubba, Islam will spread. It will never spread. Never. Islam doesn't spread like this. This is not the sunnah of Allah Rabbul Izzat. Yes, it will build your iman, it will increase your iman, but it will not have an effect. What has an effect are these feelings? The Prophet ﷺ, he used to cry more for the believers than his own family. He used to cry more for the general public than his own family and his own friends. His supplications at night, they were for the ummah, not for Fatima, not for Zainab, not for Kulthum, not for Ruqayya radiyallahu anhum. It was for the ummah. Where did he get these feelings from? How did he inculcate and instill these feelings? It's amazing today. We should just ask ourselves once, how many times have I prayed for somebody? Apart from somebody I don't know. How many times? For somebody I don't know. How many times have I really got up? If your own child is sick, your own wife is sick, we don't go to sleep at night. We keep on changing sides. Child is sick, wife is sick. How many times have we had a discomforted sleep or a disturbed sleep where we can't go sleep because of what is happening around us? How many times? The Prophet, his whole life was restless. Not one night did he sleep in comfort. Not one night. Not one night. This is a sunnah of the Prophet as well. Not to sleep like we will never get up again. Today we have apps. How many hours do we sleep? Allahu Akbar. Today we are asleep in ummah. We are worried about our sleep. We need 8-10 hours sleep today. Allahu Akbar. What work will we do for deen? We are spending 10 hours on the bed. The Prophet maximum 2 to 3 hours, his entire life, not more than this. His life revolved around the needs of the people. Our life revolves around our needs. We don't transcend this boundary of needs for ourselves. Everything around ourselves. Me, my children, my wife. That's it. Hundreds and thousands of dollars in the bank, but we will not give. We have no yaqeen in Allah. The charity I will give, the smile I will put on this yatim, this orphan's face, the Jannah he will buy me. We don't realize the Jannah that will buy me. The Prophet ﷺ said, a person that invites a yatim to his sufra, the shaitan is far from him. And if this person takes care of his needs, looks after him until he is grown up and stands on his own 2 feet, the Prophet ﷺ said, there is nothing but forgiveness for this person. Nothing but forgiveness. Nothing but forgiveness. No accountability on the day of judgment. The smile when our child is sick or our children are sick. When Allah restores their health, gives them health, and we see a smile, it brings a smile on our face as well, the parent's face. Allah, my child is good now. What is happening in Syria, in Palestine, in Kashmir, in Afghanistan, throughout the world? There is not one night where we have experienced distress, or one tear has come out of our eyes and trickled on our cheek. Ya Allah, halat badal de. Oh Allah, change the halat of the Muslims. How can we sleep? It's amazing. I don't know how we can sleep. We sleep like we're never going to get up again. The alarms are going off, Fajr is going, no problem. It's a deep. Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu, before becoming a Khalifa, he used to take care of some widows. And as far as this department of Islam is concerned, I am 100% at fault myself. I am 100% at fault myself. Everybody. We have to do something about this. 100% I am at fault as well. He used to look after the widows. When he became Khalifa, one day when he was passing them, the widow said, now Abu Bakr will not take care of us. He's become a Khalifa. He's got a lot of responsibilities now. He has to look after the whole ummah. Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu turned around and he addressed them and he says, oh my sisters, regardless of me becoming Khalifa, I will not forget you. I will still take care of your needs. It is not I have become the Khalifa and I will forget you. I cannot forget you and I will never forget you. Allah, this is a Khalifa. We have not more responsibilities than Abu Bakr Siddiq. Sayyidina Umar radiallahu an, he says, there was a house on the boundaries of Medina, and an old lady used to live there. She was blind, and all her belongings, all she had was a bucket, a goat, and a mat which is made of date leaves. That was all the possessions she had. All the possessions she had, this was all her possessions. She had nothing apart from this. On top of that, she is blind. Sayyidina Umar Farooq radiallahu ta'ala anhu used to take care of all her domestic needs. And this is after accepting Islam, not before. Before, they were killing each other for a dirham, and for 1 dirham, 1 dinar. For a cent or two, they were killing each other. This was after Islam, when these feelings were transferred from the Prophet into his heart. He used to go there every day, clean the house, fill the buckets with water, prepare her food. Whatever was needed he used to do, and then he would leave. As usual, one night he comes and he finds everything is clean, all the needs have been taken care of. So he said, maybe someone has come before me, no big deal. In the coming nights he sees that whenever he comes, everything is clean and ready. All the domestic needs have been taken care of. So he said, who is doing this? So he says, I've got to catch this person. So the third or fourth day he goes a bit early. For instance, if he used to go at 3 o'clock, he went at 2:30. When he enters the house, he sees the same story, everything clean. All domestic needs have been taken care of. He says, this person, he's 1 step ahead of me. So now the following night he goes even earlier. He goes 2 o'clock. To his amazement, to his surprise, same thing. All the domestic needs have been taken care of. Today my shayukh, my old buzurgs come to the masjid and they have to look around for the children to bring the chair forward. Zulm. The old have to look around. And if there's a person with a bed, he will never get up to bring the chair. Never. Only the children fulfill this duty. It is not our haqq. The elders have no haqq upon us. They have no haqq to be respected. They have to wait for people to bring the chair. The chair should already be there. And we should be fighting over this. I want to bring the chair. No. Alhamdulillah, let him do it. Who cares? MashaAllah. Ibadat se Jannat or Hidmat se Allah. By doing ibadat you will get Jannah. But by serving the makhluk of Allah you will get Allah. Remember. By doing tasbih, reading the Quran, fasting, yes, you will qualify to get Jannah. But to serve the public, to serve the family of Allah Rabbul Izzat, Allah Rabbul Izzat will entitle himself to you. I am yours now. A big difference. Hidmat se huda milta hai. Hidmat. So now, the 5th, 6th day, Sayyidina Umar sees that there's a person that is even coming before me, forget about before me, even 2 hours before me. Who is this person? He's absolutely perplexed. So he says, I've got to catch this person. Who is he? So one night, about 12 o'clock, he goes and sits somewhere where he cannot be seen. He hides himself from everybody. And especially this person, he hides himself, whoever this person. Someone comes, knocks on the door, enters the house, cleans the house and leaves. As he's about to leave, Sayyidina Umar comes out from his hiding spot and he sees it is Abu Bakr Siddiq. And then he says, who else could it have it been? It only could have been Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq, nobody else. And he repeated this many times. Who else could it have been but Abu Bakr Siddiq? Khalifa of the time. And today we can't bring a chair from the back of the masjid to the first row for a buzrag, for an elderly person. We are looking what child is present so he can bring the chair. Once Aslam radiyallahu an, time is short. It's a lengthy, it's a very long story. Allah Rabbul Izzat give you me the tawfiq to inculcate these feelings of the Prophet. Remember, if Islam is not progressing today in the West or anywhere, we are at fault. It is all the blame is on us. We are doing something wrong. What we are doing wrong is we are doing nothing for society in general. We are doing nothing for the public. There are so many elderly people living in this area. Have we got a list? Abu Bakr Siddiq had a list of all the elderly people in Madinatul Munawwara. And in turns he used to visit them. In turns. He passed on this list to Sayyidina Umar. He used to visit these people. How is it possible that if you are looking after the needs of people, when you are in harm's way or when you are in trouble or you are in distress, these people will leave you alone. You will be stranded. You will have everyone to stand up for you. Everyone will stand up for you. What happened after 9/11 was no one stood up for us. Why? Because of this reason. We disassociated ourselves from the public. So when you disassociate yourself, they don't know us. If they knew we were generous, we were kind, we had empathy, we had sympathy, we were compassionate people, we were merciful people, they would get up for us. But no one got up for us. They all went in the silent mode. Silent mode. You put the mobile on the silent mode, everyone went in the silent mode. There must be something fishy about these Muslims. And there's no doubt we are fishy. That's why we did nothing. We have been in these countries for 50 to 60, 70 years. What have we given to the public? What have we given to the Australian community? All we have done is ripped off the Centrelink, abused their system, that's all. We have given nothing back to them. And then we blame when they say, when problem starts to stir up, then we say, look what is happening, we are being oppressed. We are not being oppressed. We did not fulfill our duty towards Allah or the public. We have to change our ideology. We have to change our attitude towards this. We have to change our attitudes. As far as a Muslim is concerned, no problem, but towards a non-Muslim we have to change our attitude. We have to have compassion, mercy, raham. They have given us a place to live. And not only a place to live, there are so many benefits they have given us. They have taken care of our children's education. If anyone is sick, alhamdulillah, there's public hospitals. What have we given back to them? Until we don't give back, Islam will never prevail. The day we start giving back to the public, Islam will prevail. And it is never too late. This is one sin which accursed the shaitan, that he became despondent in the mercy of Allah. We should never become despondent in the mercy of Allah. We should always have hope. If 313 Badri Sahaba were the means of Islam establishing itself in this dunya as a world religion, alhamdulillah, there are 2 billion Muslims. We are, as far as volume and numbers is concerned, we are sufficient. All we have to do is change our attitude. Ask Allah Rabbul Izzat for a soft heart. Oh Allah, give us a soft heart. And how we can get a soft heart? The Prophet ﷺ has given us the prescription. He has given us the cure for this sickness, if we have a hard heart. To help the orphans, physically and financially, to help the orphans. The more you help orphans, the more your heart will become soft. And the day our heart becomes soft, the halat of this ummah will change. The halat will change. Allah give you me the tawfiq to implement and practice. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.